last session got incredibly uglier than the prior session before that. And I thought we had seen the pinnacle of the grown-ups misbehaving. At one point, matter of fact, at two different points in the session, one was on the very last day of it, physical fights almost broke out on the floor. Shoving, screaming, pushing. One was over one rep that threatened to defund a feral hog abatement program. The other one had to do with a sanctuary city argument on the floor. When are we going to return to a state of civility? What can you do? I guess I can phrase this in a question. What can you do if elected in the next legislative session to bring civility back to the House and get more of our own people, because a lot of that our own people arguing with each other, all on the same page and working towards the same goal of empowering Texans and getting us better off tomorrow than we were today.
I have a saying that I think fits this. The quality of the government you get out of Austin is a direct reflection of the quality of the individual you send to Austin. When I talk with some of the people who've been around Austin 20 or 30 years in various roles, I ask them, how did it used to be? All of them will say, it was never like this, meaning what you just referred to. And there's more stories than that. We could be here a long time talking about that. And I said, why was it different back then? And you think I keep touting rural folks because we're better. I think we are better. I think rural folks are some great folks. And they said back then, you had more rural representatives. They had a very mature mindset, a very quiet way about them. And they came down there with a serious mindset to solve problems, get things done, work with each other. They stayed out of each other's primaries back when it was time to run. And that was how things went. Now, the next statement I'll make is that there are a group of people there who are very ultra-conservative. Some of them call themselves libertarians. And with them, it's you're either 100% with us or we're 100% against you. It's very hard to find common ground and make some working compromises with people of that mindset. And when you're with those people 140 days in a row and you see them destroying some wonderful legislation, tempers start flaring. So, going back to the answer, it's the quality of the individual you sit down there.
You know, the best thing that I can think of, when we say that folks were working on the same side against one another, actually, they're not on the same side. We could close our primary and send true conservatives as one group, and everybody with an R beside of their name is a conservative, and we know that. We send a group of conservatives down there to represent what they run on, and our conservatives' values here. You probably won't have as many arguments. The problem is voters aren't getting what they pay for whenever they send some of these conservatives, so-called conservatives, to Austin. They get in arguments because there's 95 Republicans in the Texas House, or were. With 95, you would think the Republicans could do anything. We've got a Republican Senate, we've got a Republican House. The governor's a Republican, the lieutenant governor's a Republican. The problem are the Republicans in name only, the people who would be better suited to run in a different primary. I think that's a big point of contention. I don't think that it's us against ourselves. I think it's people who want the office so bad that they're willing to run in a different party than they are than they're mentally affiliated with in order to get the job.